The Smiler. Is it supposed to make us smile? Because I don't see anything about this ride that would make me smile. Instead, I'd probably scream, and some of you might even cry as you make it through the ride with the most inversions in the world. That's right, the Smiler doesn't have 1, 2, or 3 inversions like conventional rides do, but instead, this one has 14, which means that you'll be put upside down more than 10 times while riding on it. It's not as tall or fast as other rides, but all those inversions are more than enough to make for an intense amusement park experience. And to make things even more interesting, the ride allows up to 5 trains to run at the same time, which means you can see 1,200 different people get on this ride within an hour time frame. In 2015, a group of riders collided with an empty train, which caused some injuries and definitely didn't make anyone smile. Instead, there were tons of lawsuits that turned into apologies, improvements, and promises to never let that happen again. This roller coaster is in Alton Towers, UK, so make sure you check that out someday and see if you Action Park's Cannonball Loop. Alright, Action Park doesn't exist anymore, but it was worth adding to the list since it was home to the Cannonball Loop, one of the scariest and most known rides in this controversial park. The ride was first introduced to the public towards the end of the 80s, however not many people got to experience the thrills of it, and it was for a good reason. There were rumors that a child got stuck at the top of the ride, and other people were saying that test dummies came out of the ride dismembered. Which is pretty horrifying actually, knowing that they could have been an actual human there. However, the most shocking thing about this ride was the fact that a lot of the staff at Action Park were used as human guinea pigs to test this looping water slide. I'm sure many staff enjoyed being able to test things before anyone else, but it must not be that exciting when you're testing a ride that could eventually end your life. Eventually, the looping water slide, as well as the other crazy rides at Action Park, had to close, and now they just exist as the memory of what a crazy water park can look like. Only to live on, narrated by a handsome man who may or may not work for an amazing Top 10 5 channel. Wink wink. The Sky Screamer. The name of this ride speaks for itself. The Sky Screamer is technically that. A ride that will take you up to the sky and make you scream at the top of your lungs. If you want to challenge your fear of heights, then this is a ride for you. But if being at 400 feet above the ground makes you anxious, then you're gonna want to stay away from this. You can find this ride in 2 famous parks in the States. First, there's the Texas Sky Screamer at Six Flags over Texas, and then there is the New England Sky Screamer at the Six Flags Park in Massachusetts. Both are tall, and they both hold the Guinness World Record as the tallest swing carousel rides in the world. Now, I know what you're thinking. Carousel swing rides are not really thrilling, but that's only if you stay close to the ground. Trust me, when you're 400 feet high spinning at 35 miles per hour on a skimpy chair, you're gonna know that this ride is not for the faint of heart.